good? All right, just first off, we're so proud of our team. We needed to, every part of what that game showed, what that game had in it, we needed to experience. And it's been a tough first 3 weeks of the season. Just disappointing in the beginning, but going into this week, as you say challenge, you say, opportunity, we talked about bouncing back, and, we're in control of that. Not who we're playing, not where we're playing, not any of those things. It's about us and just the choice we get to make on what we want it to be, what we want it to look like. And I will say that, I was so proud of our team for how they approached the work this week in practice. And there was energy, it was competitive, guys were really pushing each other. And I thought that showed up today. And I'm not sitting here saying we haven't worked up until this point, but when you face disappointing outcomes, there's a lot of things around you that can get in your mind, and that can you might want to pull back. You might want to just hold. But these guys, they didn't get distracted. They continued to believe. They continued to push. I thought that the week of practice, showed up big today, and just how we were able to respond throughout the course of the game, because that's what this was a tough game, and the Cal team obviously they've got some talented guys, some playmakers on both sides of the ball. Everything had to be hard earned tonight, and our guys, I thought they definitely played with a relentless spirit. Right? I thought they played with just great effort, and a lot of physicality, a lot of hits on both sides of the ball. But at the end of the day, we made the plays that were necessary to be able to go get that win. And for the defense coming up big with the stops, I think you look this week we spent extra time in the red zone and focusing on our red zone work competitively, and that showed up big. Our defense being able to keep them out of the end zone. I think it was 2 of 5 total in the red zone. It was really just a special performance. Very impactful. I thought our defensive line played really well. You saw some young guys that are just continuing to get in. Edwin Joseph with interception, the sack there late was big. I like the growth that I'm seeing, and obviously it's one game, but we needed this game. We needed to be able to find a way when everything wasn't all right, but find a way to be able to go win. And big touchdown catch by Jakai. They're late in the game to give us the lead, and then these guys fought their tails off to make sure we put our stamp on it there to finish at the end. And I got to give a shout out to our crowd. It was remarkable. The energy throughout the game, from the very beginning to the very end. You just felt their presence. I don't even know how many false start penalties Cal had, but that directly goes to our fan base, because it was loud down there. You could feel it. It was definitely a wonderful environment to be able to be a part of a college football game. So I appreciate the crowd and just the impact that they had. You were here tonight.
All right, first question will be Brendan, top row on your left.
Like you mentioned, the energy from the team this week. Edwin Joseph, very weak in fact. You feel it, the sense when you were out there to see it translate over to the game. What journey's had to this point, what you can say about preparation for the season?
I'd say probably over the last 3 weeks, we've seen some huge steps from Edwin, and he's had the talent's always been there. It's the just working to the consistency, working to the details, working on just being the best him. And I would say these last few weeks, man, you just feel he loves playing the game. He's so competitive. He loves, all parts of it. But you're seeing him take another step, in his journey, and he earned more opportunities, and that's what he got tonight. And he's capitalizing on that. I still very at the very surface of just where he's going to go as a player, but he has the right intent. I thought Quinn was another guy that was remarkable this week. Another young corner, that he had multiple big plays and pass deflections, being in a great spot. I was really proud of him for what he was able to do, and you just felt it. You felt it this week in practice. The competitive drills that we had, it was good back and forth, and I think that edge and that toughness, and obviously the the fight to finish. It showed up big for us, and a lot of those guys that just chose to bring that energy, on a consistent basis, right, was what I think really helped kind of push this team today.
All right, we'll go on the right side to Ira.
When you mentioned the team needed it to go this way, you mean like coming from behind late and then also getting the stop to?
All. We needed every bit of it, like, from the stop, really being able, coming out, and I thought we were able to establish the run game, offensively there early, and that's that Cal defense. I mean, they've been pretty good. They're a good defense. They got good players. We knew there was going to be some challenges that would show up with it, but I thought our guys, they fought at a really good start early. We didn't like our third quarter. I thought we missed some opportunities there, just in what we did. But you then have to be able to come back and score the touchdown late, and to be able to do it on a third down situation. But all the things that were stacked up, and to see our defense, I mean, when they had to respond, they rose up. I mean, when they had their backs against the wall, when Cal got into the red zone, but they just continued to push, continued to fight. We needed to see I mean, that's one of the best running backs in college football, and I mean, he showed some good bursts. They've had some, that's something that we knew would be a challenge coming into this game, and I thought our guys, for the most part, did a really, really nice job there. But we were able to create the explosives, and that was big.
All right, we'll stay right there for Corey.
I just want to ask about Jakai. Obviously, the touchdown catch was a huge one. The 3rd and 18 catch, I think it was 3rd and 18 that he made over the middle. Him just going and attacking the ball and going and making the play, is that just something this whole team needs, but specifically the offense? Just guys go and make plays.
Yeah, I mean, that's absolutely, and that's what it takes. I mean, it's when you get your opportunities, I mean, you have to be the aggressor. Don't worry about a negative of what could happen. Don't worry about the different things that are around you. You get an opportunity to go make it. Go be the guy that you're built to be. And I think Jakai, we challenge him, and every single day just to continue to push, because he's got it. I mean, he is. We've seen it in big games. We've seen him rise to the occasion, and he definitely did that tonight. And and even early in the game, when there were a couple things that weren't great for him, and he had to respond, and he was able to answer the call. And when it came down to it in clutch times, big situations, he was able to deliver.
All right, we have second row in the middle for Kurt.
I know you had a lot of optimism. A lot of people had a lot of optimism about what this defensive line, especially that starting 4, could be. I mean, how nice is it seeing, not the start, I'm sure they imagined to the season, but Josh, Pat, Marvin Lane, just all the plays those guys made at a very high level.
No, it's what these guys are capable of being, and for wherever we are, and but just like I said earlier, the choice that was made, and the choice just to go be better, the choice to go and to cut it loose and go play that. Don't worry about the circumstances. Those will always be there. You'll have those, but you worry about what you can control, and with the opportunity that's in front of you, you're willing to go put it all on the table. And I thought that our defensive line did a really nice job of that. You felt, I saw flashes from our linebackers. There were opportunities that we had, just big plays in coverage that needed to be made. It was just a collective defensive effort, but it absolutely started with the spark of those guys up front, and we need them to continue to build upon that. But hopefully that can boost the confidence of capability, and it's something that we expect. And it was great for that to show up.
All right, we'll go top left for Chris.
LT didn't seem like I felt a little bit this week in practice. What did he bring about there tonight? He run like he did in the effort he gave you.
Yeah, so it was unfortunately Riddell went down this week, and LT really had to battle throughout the week. He's such a consistent person, player, just remarkable young man, and I was really happy for him and the performance he was able to put. Cam Davis got banged up a little bit early. He was able to come back in the game. I thought he did some good things, but LT, we needed him to be a workhorse tonight, and I thought he definitely answered the call.
All right, we'll go back to Ira on your right.
You mentioned the run game a little bit earlier. It seemed like the offensive line was firing off maybe a little bit more, or what did you see from the offensive line tonight?
Yeah, you know, they were, I thought they did a good job, and, we've had better challenges, and it's, going into, these, the first three games, we had 8 different starting offensive linemen due to injuries and things that have showed up, so we've had some moving pieces, and even tonight, it's great getting Darius back. Unfortunately Rob, was out, couldn't play. Obviously JB couldn't get back. Jalen Early made his second start. Obviously with the unexpected one there a week ago, but I thought those guys, they understood what was being asked of them. They knew that we needed to be able to have some balance in this game. Against that defense with just how they fly around. If we got in a drop back game, it was going to be, there was challenges that could present themselves. And so, I thought, being able to work to establish a run was good. Having some success early was big. Some things later in the game that we got to absolutely clean up. But, I really liked just the mindset those guys brought, knowing that, it was a necessity for them to be able to get things going. And they were aggressive in their play, and obviously some things we'll be able to go back and watch on the film and continue to clean up.
All right, next will be Jordan, third row in the middle.
Coach, there's been so much noise around the quarterback, the last few games. How important was that 36-yard touchdown throw in the fourth quarter, and how can DJ kind of build upon that?
Well, it was a big play and a big moment, and we have to have it. And there's still, as you go through the day, there's things that you can control, things that you need to get better at. And it's every position, and we'll go back and watch it. We'll continue to have opportunities to go get better, because offensively we did what was necessary to win the game, but I still don't feel that that was a performance that offensively that of what we're capable of. So it's going to be a consistent and constant push, and I definitely was proud of those guys. Some of those third down throws, some of the plays that were made, they were big, and we should all grow in confidence with that, but then also understand that there's so much more out there that we need to be able to do and accomplish. But tonight was about this one game and doing the things that were necessary for us to win, and we were able to accomplish that.
All right, go back to Ira on your right.
What do you hope just getting a win would do for these guys and just taking the pressure off of them?
It's more than anything else. It's hard to win a game. It is, and it takes so many different things. I think obviously we lost our first one on the last second field goal. Did not respond very well, and that's as much as it is. Every person has expectations. Players, coaches, fans, university. We ended. Here for to say you need to embrace every bit of it, because this is a special place. We have not started right to the standard or anything close to what we want it to be. But even when you find disappointing moments, it does go to the response of just continuing to push, continuing to believe, continuing to work, and it's taken us 3 games, and the road that we have, it is what it is. You gotta show up, and you gotta find a way to go win. And that's why I said at the beginning of it, we needed this game to be exactly how it played out. It was not perfect. We didn't play the best game that I think we played, but we saw all the emotional parts of it. There are things that we were up, we were down, we had to respond. We had to finish, and that's what this team needed. And I think that is a good Cal team. They've done some good things. They went on the road, had an SEC win, a few weeks back. The defense is going to be one of the better defenses, within the conference. Got a lot of respect for how those guys have played, and so I knew that this would be a challenging game for us. But we needed every one of those experiences for us to build, to have a little bit of confidence, to see the response, to experience the joy of seeing guys work their butts off throughout the week in practice, and then get to celebrate in that locker room. And because it's hard to win a game.
All right, last one. We'll go back to Jordan.
Coach, kind of a 2-part question. How important was getting Coach Atkins back tonight, and did Jordan Travis help at all on the sideline of today's game?
Well, I thought Alex did a remarkable job. He's got such a great presence. Just all things that he does. you know, as a leader of our offensive group, I mean, you know, he is just, he's really a special coach. And, you know, I loved having him back on the sideline, with, you know, the rest of the offensive staff. I mean, you know, it was great to hear that. I thought, you know, just, you know, when our staff is in whole, it was really, I just love the way that everybody's working together. And I mean, you know, Coach Fuller and the defensive staff, the response, I mean, even, you know, if there was a tough situation they were in, just hearing the encouragement, you know, back and forth, and that's it's a great group of men. And, yes, it's wonderful having him there. And then, for Jordan, you know, it's really special just to see him back. And, you know, during one of the breaks, I know they recognized him and put him up on the Jumbotron, and, you know, that ovation is, you know, a well-earned, ovation. And, you know, he's one of the great, you know, Florida State Seminoles of all time. I believe that, you know, with everything, and, you know, for what he did in that jersey, was special. But who he is and what he means to this program, is really even more, because, you know, he cares so much about this institution. He cares so much about the guys that he got a chance to play with, and, you know, I'll just forever be grateful for him. And yeah, it's great when all the your past players come back, and just it's uplifting. And, you know, you think back to the great plays that they made, and they're here just to support the guys that are out there now. And so, it's good to have him back on the sideline.
All right, thank you, Coach.
Thank you, guys.